So here we are with Monday rolling round again, and it's the 23rd of May, and things are improved over last weekend for sure. So we have got on Bricklink here, we've got 12 orders not shipped at the moment, and that's a total of 136 lots for just over 1100 items there. And then on Brickowl we've got another 8 orders, and similar story there, 148 lots to pick on there also. And then on eBay we've got just 1 order which is ready for shipping. So not an enormous amount. That's what's that, 21 orders in total, but it's a vast improvement on last week, and very happy that it's a better weekend than last weekend for sure. So I'm going to crack on, get these picked and start packing, and we'll see what I can cover during the morning. As always, Mondays are a tight morning, but with that number of orders we should be able to get them done no problem. Okay, let's take a quick look at the first batch of orders for Monday morning. So first up, we've got a Brickowl order here for a few minifigures. We've got the Spooky Boy, we've got the mariachi guy, it's obscured by the base plate there, and we've got the Wacky Witch. Then we've got another Brickowl order for more minifigures, and these are predominantly the Simpsons minifigures, with a few new Disney ones thrown in there for good measure as well, and I think this is going off to the US. Next up, we've got an order for lots of bulk bricks, 2x4 bricks in particular, with the exception of these few brown 2x2s. Nice big order of these medium lavender ones, which are colours that don't move often, so that's quite a nice order. Moving over here, another Bricklink Brickowl order, sorry, for a few parts, including one of these kind of poles. These are used in, I think, certainly the Ghostbuster firehouse. I'm not sure what else they're used in. Here we've got a combined order, 2 little orders combined for a few minifigure accessories, some guns and a guitar there, and some of these ropes with studs on the end. A mixed order here for largely used parts, including a complete motorcycle here with the orange fairing. This little order's just come in, but I've picked it now just because it was so small, and this is a new user. They only created their account about, I don't know, 30 minutes ago or something, and this is going to Australia. Next up, we've got a bunch of mixed parts, some sort of plant type parts here, and a few other bits and bobs in there as well, partly used, partly new. Order here for just 2 parts, 10 of each, some of these wedge plates and some curved wedges there. More minifigure accessories here, a couple of torsos, some nice gold crowns there, and some of those pike weapons in there. Then we've got an order for all transparent orange parts, including some of these sort of part sets that you get in several sets these days. A couple of used things in here, which included these. Next up was an order on eBay, and they've bought a Harry Potter figure, and it is this Colin Creevy, who I'm not really familiar with, if I'm honest. But they bought 4 of them, which is a little unusual, so I'm not sure whether they're selling them on, or whether they've just got friends and other collectors of Harry Potter stuff. Then we've got another tiny order here for a couple of parts, and another order for just 3 lots in dark bluish grey. So that's it for the first batch. I'm going to get these all packed up and ready to ship, and then get on with the second batch, which are typically larger orders. Okay, let's do the last batch of orders going out today. Mostly parts orders with a few minifigures thrown in as well. First one up here, I think, is the largest order of the day, with about 47 lots, I think. Next one up is just for I think 20 something lots of all black parts, as you can see. This is probably my favorite order of the day to pick, just because, I don't know why, but I love picking orders that have all of these sort of tiles and you know, the nice sort of decoration pieces that are really nice in a build, and I just love picking them for some reason. And of course, it's always nice to pick some minifigures as well. So we've got a pizza delivery guy there, we've got the pretzel girl, we've got the king and the queen there, and we've got a pharaoh fighter, an Indian, and last up the sheriff. Now those are all going off to the US, so that was a nice order heading off to the US, about £70 or so, I think. Another little parts order here, just a random assortment of new and used, as is often the case. And then 2 more orders here. This one here was actually 2 orders combined. The buyer placed a second order while the first one was being picked, and lots of doors, window frames, and parts of that ilk, as well as a minifigure from the Ninjago collectible minifigure series. So that's my lot for the day. I'm just going to get these packed up, ready to post, and I'm going to find something else to do for this afternoon. Tuesday the 24th of May, and we've got 4 orders on Bricklink, and although there's only 4, it's not too bad. There's one reasonable order there, and what's nice about that order, which is for just about £40, there's 700 items in that, but they're in just 3 lots, so that'll be an easy one to pick. And then on Brickowl, we've got just 2 orders, both small orders, and on eBay we've got 1 order for general hooks. So these won't take long at all to pick, and once picked, I'm going to be getting back on the sort of used trail. You know, I've got bits and bobs going on here. Need to sort through these tubs, get some more first pass bags pulled out, ready to list later on. So probably a bit of work today that won't result in listing, but will get me further down the track to having everything categorized, ready to list more easily. So here are those orders for this morning, with an extra one that's just snuck in while I've been picking. First order up is just for 3 lots, but it was for 400 of these plant leaf parts, 200 I think of the cones, and 100 of the flower petals there. Another small parts order up next, and on with more parts orders, all just parts today. except for a couple of minifigures, which I'll show you in a moment. 6 of these used transparent panels. These, nice to see some of these move. These light aqua tiles, 40 of them going out. And then similarly, another parts order here, and they've ordered 50 of this 2x6 plate with the 4 studs on the side. So it's probably the first time I've seen those move out in quantity, so I wonder what they're going to be building with those. Another small parts order, one for a couple of minifigures, essentially a basic Batman figure, and then they've bought a used Joker bumper car, which has been there for a little while. And then this extra order just came in for a few small parts and a sticker sheet from the fire stations that are parted out recently. So they're the orders for today. I'm just looking at the price of that sticker sheet. That sticker sheet was £8. So yeah, quite nice. So few orders there ready to be packed, and I'll get them to the post office and then carry on with sorting some of that used bulk. I've just had someone contact me about buying some of my minifigures. Now, this person is someone I've dealt with in the past. They've bought from me in the past via Facebook Marketplace, and they've always paid by direct bank transfer and collected from my home address. And now, that was because in the past they've been buying items that were listed on Facebook Marketplace and going through that process. This time they've seen some minifigures on my vlog that they wanted to buy. So they've been in touch. They wanted 35 of the minifigures, and that's just given me a little bit of a headache because I've now got to go through my inventory and start sort of removing them, and I can't think of a better way to do this because obviously Bricklink don't let you buy from yourself, so I can't place an order for the items myself in the store. So what I'm having to do is go through each of the 10 different series of figures that this guy wants and go through, and I'm initially marking them as being in the stock room just to get them off my inventory and stop people buying them while I'm able to pull them and process them. I can't think of a quicker way to do it. I'm sure there is much better and much quicker ways to do this, so if you've got suggestions, do leave them in the comments for me in the future or for other people who watch the channel, and that would be appreciated. But it's a decent deal doing it in this way. I have given a slight discount, but that's keeping in mind that I won't be paying fees on Bricklink or other platforms, so that's a good deal for me, and all balances out, and there'll be no PayPal fees, etc. It'll all go directly into my bank account. So a nice little order, just working through it, picking the figures, and I'll get them packed and ready for him to collect. So here we are with the 35 minifigures that this customer has selected, and some good figures in here, some fairly common ones but some good ones as well, and these are going to be collected over the weekend. They're working out at just under £4 a figure, but there are the odd collectible one in here that brings the average up because they're, you know, they're decent values at sort of anywhere between £8 and £10, some of them, but others might only be £2.50, something like that. So the average price is working out at about £3.80, but I'm happy with that. But it's clearing me out of minifigs. You know, I've had a few big batches of minifigs going out the door lately, and I've still got a fair few, but you know, could do with boosting the numbers a bit. It is Wednesday the 25th of May. And I just want to give a quick shout out to BioBay, who is a regular watcher of the channel and a regular commenter on the channel, and they've been kind enough to buy me a coffee through the link on my videos, and they've sent a nice little message as well saying thanks for all the content, it's very helpful and enjoyable. I'm especially a fan of your video about things to consider before you set up a Bricklink store. It taught me that for me it was better to sell what I have. You were definitely right about the time investment. So thanks BioBay for watching the content, thanks for commenting on the content regularly, and thanks very much for the coffee contribution. And so let's take a look at what we have got today to pick. We've got 5 orders here on Bricklink, and the biggest one there is for 66 lots for about £29. That's the biggest one for today. And then on Brickowl, we've got another 3 orders there to pick, so 8 orders in total. I have just invoiced another order for someone in the US, so they may well pay later today when they get up and about and ready to start their day. So we may see another 1 or 2 drift in throughout the day, but I better get started and pick these. I am actually going to be taking a couple of days off after today, so not quite sure how I'm going to handle the overnight orders. I'm probably going to pick them in the morning quickly and then head out for a couple of days and just either close the shop for 2 days, or I'm probably just going to put a message on there saying that postage will be a little bit delayed. So anyway, that's me for now. I'm going to go and get started picking these orders. So this morning's orders are picked and ready to pack, so let's just have a quick review. Here we've got some dark orange plates and a few of these micro figures. Small order for various parts here, and another smaller order again. Moving on to a slightly bigger order and a slightly more unusual one, in that this customer has bought a small Star Wars set, 75161, the Striker Microfighter, and then on top of that they've bought a bunch of polybags and multiples of them at that. So they've bought 2 of these train ones, 30575, 4 of these 30346, and they're the last of those I've got. Remember, those were some of the first things I got, I think, when this was the days when I can't remember which newspaper it was, but one of the newspapers would give away a polybag with the paper, and I would just go and buy 20 newspapers or something and get the polybags, which was a great way of stocking up, and I know lots of people did that. We've also got a Spider-Man polybag in there, 30305 as well. So those will be getting packed up shortly. Smallest order of the day is 1 hairpiece, and then another small parts order. Then a biggest order of the day, I think 67 lots, 66 lots, something like that, which is a nice little order and very much appreciated. And more parts orders here. This one's largely black, new and used bricks. And then the last order here, which includes a sticker sheet. And that's the last of this particular Audi sticker sheet that I've got. And then some more bits and pieces in here, including a Hawkeye torso, a dark grey dustbin there, or trash can, and a dark green lamppost in there as well, amongst other things. So going to get these packed up now and ready to ship, and then we'll see what we're going to do with the rest of the day. Probably back onto the used bulk that I need to sort. But I must admit, you know, I'm aware more and more that with these orders, my inventory is actually going down and not really getting replenished back to the levels it was. So I think my highest inventory was something like 320,000 parts. And I think as of today, I've still got, you know, space in my cabinets here that I haven't even numbered up yet. But as of today, I'm down to something like 305,000. So I'm not replenishing quick enough at the moment with this used method, because I'm just too slow at sorting it. And I really need to think about investing some money into the store if I'm going to keep doing this. As you can see here, lots and lots of drawers turned the wrong way around because they're part empty at least. So it's really difficult, because I find that I could do with spending a reasonable sum of money on new stock, and I mean new parts. That's what I feel in my gut, and the reason I feel that is because you know, I'm selling through largely new stuff, but then that's because I don't have that much used, I suppose. But it's also so much easier to replenish. You know, when you think you buy, you know, 10 of a set and you're suddenly uploading 10,000 parts in a day, it's just so easy. So I need to think how I'll get back to that. The problem is, I don't have, at the moment, because things are quiet, I don't really have spare capital after paying all of the bills, etc. So we need to think about supplementing the income maybe, or finding other ways to make some cash. Of course, we've got all of these clocks up here that probably need listing on eBay, for instance. Still got some used sets that need to be listed either locally or on eBay, and I'm talking things like the Ghostbuster HQ, which is worth a little bit. We've got some used sets up here that can be listed, which will all make a little bit of cash. The alternative is, of course, to run a sale and try and generate some extra income for, you know, using to reinvest. But then, you know, do you really want to be selling at reduced prices just so you can go and buy and replenish the same kind of stock? It doesn't really make sense. So a bit of thinking to do, and I need to think about how I'm going to approach that. We've got another little order just in from a buyer in Australia, so let's go and see if we can find this. This is a Miss Marvel minifigure, and let's see if we can grab this pretty quickly. So it should be in this superhero bag, which just shows I don't have too many, and I can already see it there. That looks like her, I believe. So let's get her packed away. And I think I've already printed the sheet out. So another nice little bonus order ready to go to Australia. So having just picked that Miss Marvel minifigure, I realised that there's a little bit of a problem. So if you look at the inventory for the minifigure here on Brickowl, you'll see that it includes the torso, hairpiece, legs, head, and these oversized minifig hands, of which there should be 2. Now, if I look at my figure, I don't have the oversized hands, and I think the problem here is that Bricklink and Brickowl define the inventory differently. So if we go and look at the same minifigure in Bricklink, then the minifigure on Bricklink doesn't include those oversized hands. And because I use Bricklink as the source of all of the inventory, and then that's just synced across to Brickowl, this doesn't really get picked up. So I've got a problem now because I don't have those hands. So I'm going to have to message the customer, explain the situation, and probably refund the order if they don't want the figure without those oversized hands. So I'll get in touch with the customer now and we'll see what happens. 2 more bonus orders all picked and ready to go out. The first one, might have mentioned this morning, this was the one I was waiting for payment on from the US. It's about 27 lots, I think, something like that. Just various parts and a couple of minifigure bits and pieces. Here we've got a Naya, and this one's from the Destiny Bounty, and a few other used torsos and bits and pieces in there. A couple of Hawkeye heads. We've got a Turtles torso as well, and some new bits and pieces of minifigure parts and other things in there as well. And then next up, we just got a small order for some various parts in there, nothing of major interest. But I have also received today my latest copy of Blocks magazine, and I say latest, I should probably say last, because times are tough, as we know, and I've decided to cancel my subscription for this. I just, you know, dealing with Lego all day, I just don't get around to reading this anymore, to be honest with you. And I've even been selling some of my old magazines and things on eBay. So I just took the tough decision to stop subscribing to it. If there's an interesting issue, I might pick it up in a newsagent or something. But I just couldn't really justify it. I had to look at some things, and that was one of the things that had to stop for me, I'm afraid. So I'm going to get these packed up, and that's probably going to bring me to the end of the day, get to the depot. Not quite sure what I'm going to do now, whether I'm going to close my store entirely for the next 2 days, or I may try and pack my orders in the morning before I leave, if I get any overnight, and then just effectively close for 1 day, and maybe even just leave it open and just tell people there'll be delayed shipping. I just can't make my mind up. Just 3 orders for Thursday the 26th so far, but having said so far, this is going to be it, I think, because I'm shutting up shop. I'm going to be closing the store for a day or 2. I'm going to actually be away for 3 days, but I don't really need to close the store for that entire time, because I normally wouldn't be posting on a Saturday, for instance, anyway, you know. So I'm going to reopen the stores tomorrow, Friday, probably midday or something like that, and then let people order over the weekend. So anyway, these 3 orders, just go through really quickly. First order is mostly minifigures from the recent upload that I did. We've got the wolf guy from series 14, the fly from series 14, a few others as well, with the skeleton man and the banshee, and then we've got a samurai and a fitness instructor with a few bricks there. And then the next order is mostly used parts, just various bricks, few new ones as well, but not too much to that order. And then even less on this one, with just a single 1x16 brick in yellow. So I'm going to get these packed up and then close the store up and get ready to hit the road. And for anyone who's interested, I'm heading off to Bath for the weekend. I'm going to take in the Cotswolds as well on the way back, so just a few quiet days away just to get some rest and some nice dining experiences as well. We're going to see the Roman baths, which I've seen before, but we're taking a relative that's not seen them, so should be nice to get away anyway and recharge the batteries for a few days.